Good morning, everybody. I apologize for my lack of dress attire here. I've been living out of a suitcase since June, and I collected like two brand new suitcases after Tokyo, and it was like one was Ralph Polo Lauren gear, one was all Nike gear. So I thought about coming in my opening ceremonies outfit. That's the only clothes I have other than a t-shirt, but here I am. It's an honor to be here speaking with you guys, and it really makes SLO feel like home. Like I said, I've been out of my suitcase for months, and I'm starting to finally unpack it. And after graduating and laying down some roots here, I'm just really excited to be doing it in SLO. I'll be sharing a bit about this whirlwind of a year I've had in my experience at Tokyo, but I also want to take a larger view and speak about the power of a bicycle and what I've seen my entire life since I was 5 years old and what I've seen in communities along the way. I graduated from Cal Poly in March, and that happened to conveniently be the start of this season, which was the most exciting, drama-filled and logistics finagling season of my entire career. And it culminated with Tokyo and then a World Championships win. And I just got back on Sunday from the first World Cup mountain bike win in 27 years, 4 years since before I was born. So before I dive into my experience racing, I'll take you guys back to growing up in Durango, Colorado, which is kind of indisputably the mountain bike mecca of the country. I'm biased, but there's a lot of magic in Durango. And it all, you look 360 degrees around you as a kid growing up in Durango, and you can see where a bike can take you. A lot of my neighbors and idols were Olympians and world champions, and all around just great people who really, were grounded in what the bike can be to every kid on the street and, in the town. I came from Durango Devo, which is the largest and most successful youth riding program. It has a Tour de France stage winner this year, multiple Olympians, and the motto is around building lifelong cyclists. And we kind of accidentally get fast along the way, which is the best way to do it. Fast forward, when I graduated high school, I wanted to pursue an education alongside my racing career, and I am so grateful that that brought me here to San Luis Obispo at Cal Poly. I tried to calculate for you guys the amount of miles and time I've spent riding in the Central Coast, and I think it's somewhere around 25,000 miles and 80 days of riding. So it was the best way to explore this community in this area, and really made me fall in love with the Central Coast. And it was really the breeding ground for the Olympic dream. Tokyo was a brief experience compared to some of the other trips I've had this year, but unbelievable just to really recognize the amount of work and heart and joy that goes into sport at that level. And hearing messages from people back home and from Cal Poly, that was truly the best part of the whole experience. After the Olympics, I flew home to Durango, and a week or so later drove to my next race, which was a enduro-style downhill race deep in the heart of the Navajo Reservation. As about as rural place as you can get in the United States. And this was such a different, race than Tokyo, but truly just as inspiring for me, and really makes me want to, pedal my bike hard when I'm in, a $10,000 bike on a start line of a elite level race. And I think experiences like that point to why, cycling is not some insulated elitist sport, but available to really everyone. And this truly gives me inspiration to pedal, like I said. I work with a few nonprofits that use the bike as a tool for social good. One of them is Outride, which has middle school riding programs, not only on the Navajo Nation, but 150 plus schools, including two in the Central Coast, one in Pismo at Judkins Middle School and one in Los Osos at Loams. They have a fleet of bikes and a curriculum to get kids riding, and there's a lot of really exciting opportunities that can come from that. So, I could speak for hours around the different programs and pathways a bike can provide, and I would happily do so with anyone. But, there's a whole spectrum from the social cognitive health benefits of riding for youth to transformative transportation and safe, transportation, bike pathways here, to sport that can progress all the way to a kid going to Tokyo, or Paris or LA, or whatever's next. So there's a lot of magic around the bike, and I want to be an advocate for creating that community, not just at the sport level, but for everyone who swings the leg over a bike and starts pedaling. So a lot of opportunities for that here in San Luis Obispo. As we know, it's a beautiful place with incredible trails. Thank you to the state parks and everyone who's contributed to that. Yeah, I think the momentum coming from COVID and the pandemic and the bike boom that has corresponded with that provides a real opportunity to build a cycling ecosystem around youth and adults alike. And there's a lot of magic in that. So thank you guys. Like I said, it's an honor to be back, and I'm so happy to be back in Slough.